Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, the massive Season 5 Reloaded update ended up dropping. It's got a major download on all platforms, and with it, we of course got a ton of patch notes to go through and break down between multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone here. So we're gonna jump right in with the general Season 5 Reloaded overview and everything you need to know about the update itself. So of course, welcome to Season 5 Reloaded. There's lots on the horizon. The download's gonna be fully out, and the update will be live at 9 a.m. Pacific time, right around the time that you guys are seeing this video go out. Of course, we know all about the content. We just covered this in the blog the other day with a couple of new modes coming to multiplayer, the new Ink House Cell Shaded Stash House variants. We also have a couple of new weapons, the Torque 35, and then also the Spear Melee. A couple of aftermarket parts coming in the next few weeks as well, alongside some new events. Now, with some global updates here, obviously there's a lot going on at this patch itself. You're probably wondering why it is such a major download. With this, they are actually reorganizing the Call of Duty HQ. They're making it so that Warzone is not a mandatory download, and they're also shrinking the overall file size of Call of Duty on your console or on your PC. So that's why it's like a major download, 70 to 100 gigs depending on your platform. But for global stability updates, implemented additional performance improvements for Xbox One consoles, addressed an issue related to system language causing PC Game Pass players to crash. Then for global customization, they fixed an issue with the combat knife based blueprints, addressed an issue with the Royal Helix camo, so hopefully that means it's glowing yet again, reverted the color of the Azure Refract camo to pink, corrected the appearance of the Catgirl Smile camo, then also corrected the animation for the Stabbed a Lot finishing moves. Now we get into the multiplayer specific updates here. They added a customized tab to the armory unlocks for calling cards, emblems, and other cosmetics. A couple of different bug fixes. Fix an exploit allowing conversion kits to be equipped with incompatible attachments like some of the pistols, for instance. Voice chat indicators now respect the HUD safe area. Placeholder info is no longer displayed across the Jack Decimator conversion. Fix an error with the Orion camo tracking. An issue causing incorrect challenge completion to be displayed, and corrected the descriptions of various different pros and cons on certain attachments. For progression, they added a missing armory unlock challenge for the monolithic suppressor S attachment on the Rival 9. They made a couple of different map updates here on Dome with the Mosquito, then also Get High with Mosquito stuff as well, and a counter UAV thing too. For modes here in COD Warrior, they fixed an issue with players getting stuck in the transition between rounds. In Free For All, they fixed an issue with the Guardian, EMP, and Suppression Mine to not actually impact players. Then also in Kill Confirmed, they corrected, zooming in too much, they corrected the mode icon displayed during the lobby countdown. We got a couple of different weapon updates within multiplayer. Keep in mind, Warzone and multiplayer tuning is separate. There is some overlap, so we'll have to see what ends up changing within Warzone specifically in just a moment. But for multiplayer with the rifles, the DG56, they actually buffed the lower torso multiplier. The M4, they removed the duplicate pineapple and shark fin underbarrels, so like really no change there. On the Bass B, they actually buffed various different multipliers here. With the Bass B, shots that land below the waist now deal damage equal to those that hit the torso. That's actually really forgiving. MTZ 762, they increased the maximum range. On the FTAC Recon, they ended up increasing the near to medium damage, the medium damage, the far to medium damage, and the minimum damage. So its mid to long range got buffed all across the board. On SMGs with the Rival, the Headhunter conversion, they fixed an issue with the Quartermaster suppressor there. On the Pulum Yacht, they decreased the sprint to fire. The ADS, they actually increased the rate of fire. That's an interesting change. That thing's gonna fry in multiplayer. They increased the neck multiplier, then also the lower torso and hand multipliers as well. So the Pulum Yacht gets better in multiplayer. The RPK conversion kit, they also increased the flinch, the hip fire spread, the recoil gun kick, the horizontal control, and the vertical control. So I guess they just don't really like the overall conversion kit with some of the increases they're making. With the MCW, they increased the rate of fire a little bit. That's solid as well. Increased the lower torso multiplier. The SPR, they removed an incompatible paracord underbarrel attachment, of course. A lot of pistol updates here. So on the Akimbo PA90, they decreased the hip fire spread and the damage range penalty. On the 50GS, kind of the same deal on the X12 Akimbo. The Basilisk Akimbo, there's a damage penalty decrease as well there, so that's better. With the FTAC Siege, they decreased the hip fire spread and the damage range penalty on the Akimbo. GS Magna Akimbo, hip fire and damage penalty decreased. 9mm Damon, hip fire and damage penalty decreased. Same deal in the X13 Auto. With these changes, the average TTK of MW2 akimbo handguns is now competitive with MW3 akimbos. Thus, we've opted to improve the usability of these. So that's actually pretty solid. Just makes the pistol category more competitive in multiplayer. The infantry vest, they added a second gear slot, so that does not apply to ranked, but it'll be live in pubs. With the IMS, they made some adjustments to the hitbox and the detection on that. The mortar, they fixed an issue with the voice lines. Carpet bomber, same deal. Then in the advanced UAV, enemy players with the ghost camo or assassin vest are no longer demoted to a dot indicator on the map. We then have some zombies updates here. So some bug fixes. They fixed the subtitle issue. For gameplay, they fixed an issue causing inconsistent damage and hip fire compared to ADS. That's a big one there. Then also on the Reclaimer 18 Pack-a-Punch, they removed the increased ammo capacity. They increased the damage scale, then also the damage scale range as well. So not much going on in zombies. We do have content updates, obviously, for that, though, with like the final story mission and everything. That said, let's jump over to the Warzone patch notes now. So as we dive into the reloaded patch notes for Warzone here, quick reminder, if you are new to the channel every single day, I got you covered with everything you need to know about Call of Duty, whether it is updates and patch notes, news, reveals, or meta breakdowns. It's all here, so feel free to hit that subscribe button. Join us on the road to 1 million. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always really appreciated. It does help promote the video and share it around a little bit more. We do obviously have the same global updates that we had over in multiplayer, hence why they're global, with the improved stability on Xbox One, and then also issues with PC Game Pass crashing. With customization, we also saw these same updates with a handful of the camos, then also the combat knife blueprints not appearing correctly. Performance issues on Warzone. We've made adjustments to the world geometry to slightly improve content streaming on Urzikstan, so hopefully that actually ends up helping out. We got a couple of new modes. Supreme Resurgence, obviously it's epic and legendary loot only, custom loadouts and everything. Playlist update for the upcoming week is Supreme Resurgence quads on Rebirth, ranked play trios, of course, plunder quads, battle royale solos, trios and quads, then Resurgence duos on Rebirth, and map rotation trios. For general updates here, the COD endowment, the bowl flyover. Look to the skies starting on the 21st across Warzone for a special message. That's kind of cool. And then also there's the code bowl coming with COD next. There's going to be the Warzone personal records update at the end of a match now. Victory just got a whole lot sweeter. When you win a match of Battle Royale, you'll now earn a special accolade if you got your personal kill record. So if you get your most kills ever in a Warzone game, it's actually going to tell you, and from this point on, it's a full reset. So everyone's starting fresh. Combat records are the same, but your PR is going to be updated consecutively now as you get better and better matches going forward. So that's pretty cool there. Gameplay updates, we have elite contracts. These offer better rewards, but you have to complete the contracts quicker, of course. The recon flyovers and advanced UAV on the map, anyone within the radius gets pinged with that. Pretty self-explanatory. Scavenger contract, the duration's been decreased and the bounty contest chances of this happening are reduced so that recon flyover can happen. We obviously have our new weapons, of course, new aftermarket parts. Now we get into actual weapon updates. So the Bal 27 max damage range is even better now. That's very cool. It gets another buff, so it's even more versatile in the close range. The DG 56 lower torso modifier buff. FR 556 max damage range is better. Lower arm and hand modifiers are better. That might actually be kind of interesting for the meta. Ogre 556 is also better in the close range or in its max damage range. That's really solid as well. MCW max damage range, so another close range buff there. Near to mid damage range and mid damage range increased as well. So the MCW gets buffed, but not for the long range in specific, which really is the last place it needs to be buffed. I don't know why they won't just do that for the long range, but this will still be a solid update and make it a bit more versatile across the board. The STG got a nerf in its close range. Its max damage has been decreased by 4. This is still going to be a great choice for mid to long range because it's so easy to use. The velocity is so good, but now it's not going to be just objectively the best gun through, like, 40 or 50 meters. It's still probably going to be very good with that 4 damage decrease, but it's not going to be insanely OP like it has been for the past couple of weeks. In the M16 conversion, the max damage range is actually better on that too, and that's also pretty solid, but they've buffed a lot of rifles for close range. Kind of an interesting choice there. For battle rifles, the BAS, B, leg, and foot modifiers are better now. Not a huge deal, but if it's like multiplayer with the torso hitboxes, that is actually pretty solid there. MTZ 762 Heretic Carbine Kit, max damage range is buffed. Subverter max damage range is buffed. So a lot of just max damage range buffs across the board. For SMGs, the Rival, max range got buffed as well. What a surprise. On the static, a lot of updates here. Its mid damage has been decreased by 1, so its sniper support capabilities will be slightly worse. Its max damage range is actually down to 13 meters. That gives more value to the long barrel. Near to mid damage range is also worse. Mid damage range has also been decreased. Headshot modifier is down a little bit, and then leg and foot modifier down as well. So the static hopefully is checked a bit more compared to other SMGs. Again, though, I imagine it's still gonna be very good considering that long barrel is so effective with its pros. The Striker, the max damage range was buffed. Near to mid damage range was buffed as well. So the Striker, arguably already one of the best sniper support options in the game, is now even better for sniper support. Then the Lockman Shroud, its max range got buffed by about a meter or so. Still not going to be the best because of its handling, but if you're using like tac stance or something, it's honestly pretty effective. For LMGs, the base Pulum Yacht, neck modifier buffed, lower torso and hand modifier buffed, better sprint to fire, better ADS, better fire rate. The base Pulum Yacht could actually be a pretty good contender right now. Then the RPK, they did the same thing over in multiplayer by increasing the flinch, the hip fire spread, the recoil gun kick, the horizontal control, and the vertical control, or vertical recoil rather. So the recoil is getting worse there. Just not worth using that thing right now. For marksmans, the DM56 max range buffed, MCW 6.8, better fire rate, lower torso buff as well. MCW we already know is crazy good, so that just becomes better now. Now for handguns, they also again went through and made all of the MW2 akimbo options just better, with better hip fire spread and less penalties now. So it applies to the P890 akimbo, the 50GS akimbo, the X12 akimbo, the Basilisk akimbo, FTAC Siege akimbo, GS Magna akimbo, 9mm Damon akimbo, and X13 auto akimbo. Then for bug fixes here, they fixed an issue with trophy systems causing bunker busters to be unusable, an issue with fall damage being able to be taken from higher than intended with Mountaineer, an issue preventing most wanted progress indicator from reducing when opening crates, an issue preventing ammo drops from appearing on the map, and then an issue with certain shotgun ammo attachments to use AR and LMG ammo instead of shotgun ammo, a rare issue that would cause the runaway train public event to happen when the train was too far away. It would be on the other side of the map, and then the zone would shift from like bottom right to top left. Then everyone would die to gas. Then they also fixed an issue causing the 2x multiplier banner on the TAC map to persist after the contractor event ended. And that's all the patch notes for Season 5 Reloaded. Honestly, a bit of an underwhelming update in terms of content. Not all that much is changing, but some interesting meta updates that particularly focus on the close to mid range and making all these weapons better there, while obviously nerfing the STG and the static a bit. But that being said, that is going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, of course, be sure to drop a like. It really does help the channel grow. And if you're new here, you want to make sure you're always up to date with everything going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.